In 1954, the Brown v. Board of Education Supreme Court ruling permanently changed the education system for African Americans in this country. The ruling ended the segregation of separate school systems and allowed for blacks and whites to be able to learn in the same classroom. But what was the education system like before this ruling? Today, when it comes to higher learning, we see that blacks are more successful with learning in all black institutions. Historically, black colleges and universities have been the bedrock of economic progress since 1837. Although America's 105 HBCUs represent only 3% of the nation's colleges, they graduate nearly 25% of all blacks who earn undergraduate degrees. In 2001, HBCUs served 14% of all black students enrolled in college, but were responsible for 26% of undergraduate degrees. And Howard University is #1 amongst the nation's colleges in awarding PhDs to African Americans. Southern University at New Orleans is one of 3 HBCUs in the city. The other 2 private schools have been slowly rebuilding since Katrina, but SUNY, which is run by the state, has had a much harder time. Since Katrina, SUNY was the only state school that is not back on its original campus due to state implications. The state also requires SUNY to remove 19 of its educational programs, and 2.5 years later, they still have no official plans for rebuilding, though they did manage to gut out a building or 2. And what's the first academic building that the state begins repairs on? Of course, the gym. SUNY's open admission policy made this university a sort of rehabilitation facility for all students who are victims of one of the worst public school systems in the country, the Orleans Parish School System. Students who didn't have the grades or test scores to get into any of the surrounding universities were able to attend SUNY and be put into proper programs that allowed them to achieve a college degree. SUNY graduated twice as many African Americans in physics and chemistry than any other universities in the area. And many blacks in the city, such as court judges, state representatives, doctors, attorneys, educators, and police chiefs, all have degrees from SUNY. I wonder why the state is doing so much to keep the school closed.